In this video, I'm going to be telling you how you can get started on YouTube for under $300. So without further ado, let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Joshua here with Choppy Tech, and today I'm telling you some of my favorite YouTube gear to get started for under $300. And we have 5 different categories for you, so let me share those with you right now. But in reality, we're going to get the full YouTube setup if you follow this guide right here. So first thing we have is camera options. Second we have is tripod options. Third we have lighting options, audio options, and storage. So each different pillar of options has different kinds of cameras and different kinds of lighting options underneath. So you can mix and match, and in reality you'll be able to get your full YouTube setup for under $300 or a little over $300 if you're willing to stretch your budget a little bit. Each option has different budgeted items in there, so some of them are cheaper and some of them are more expensive. That's why I said that. So without further ado, let me share with you what we have to share today. So as far as camera options go, if you want to save money completely, you can go with your smartphone, which is an awesome option as smartphones nowadays shoot 1080p and 4K. So if you have a smartphone like the Samsung Galaxy S6 or even the newer smartphones, then this can actually be really awesome and save you a lot of money in return, as you'll be able to get really high quality video. But if you don't want to use a smartphone, or you say you don't even have a smartphone, we have a couple other options on here for you. We have the Sony W800, which is an awesome camera, and it's a point and shoot, which means you can fit it in your pocket. And I think it records around 720p, and it's a little over $100, which is a pretty decent deal if you ask me. As for a little over $100, you get a pretty awesome camera that can fit in your pocket and get started on YouTube right away. Couple other options on this list is we have the Sony DSC WX220 camera, and this one is an awesome camera as well. You're going to be stretching your budget a little bit, and in return, if you want to hit the $300 mark, you only have $102 left to spend, as this camera costs around $198. But this camera will give you 1080p, which is higher quality than the first camera I mentioned. But if you want to stretch your budget and you have a little more than $300 to spend, then this could be an option for you. But also, if you have a little less than $300 to spend, you might be able to make this work, as I have a couple other budgeted options below the cameras. So we have budget tripods and budget lighting and different things like that. So you might be able to make it work, but you might be a little over $300 in the end. But enough of me rambling about this camera. We also have the Logitech C920, which is another awesome camera, and I've used this a few times myself. It's awesome for live streaming or even just doing a YouTube video. It records 1080p, and you can get the Logitech C920 webcam for about $70, which is an awesome camera, and you'll have a lot of money in return if you want to use your computer as a camera, basically. So those are some of our options for cameras. As always, everything will be linked in the description below, so if you're interested in checking any of this gear out that I mentioned in this video, then definitely go check it out in the description below. For tripods, we actually have a $10 tripod, which seems pretty decent to get started on YouTube. So if you want to use a $10 tripod just to hold the camera up, then this will be golden for you. And it looks pretty awesome on Amazon, and it seems to have some pretty decent reviews as well. I am looking at it right now. It's around $10, and it'll definitely be perfect to get you started. You got about a 3.5-star rating, which isn't bad, and for a tripod you'll be able to hold up the cameras that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. But if you don't want to spend $10, you want to spend a little more than $10, the Delica tripod, which is a 62-inch tripod with the ball head on it, also seems like an awesome option, and I've heard many great things about it from other YouTubers, and it seems like an awesome budget option for if you want to stretch it a little bit. It's around $50-$60, and you'll be all set for a tripod for a really long time. I'm actually considering picking one up, but I've heard really awesome things about that tripod as well. Another awesome tripod is actually one that I have right here in front of me right now, and this one is the Joby GorillaPod Action Tripod, which is an awesome versatile tripod. I mentioned it in my last video, but you can put a microphone on here, you can put a camera on here, you can put pretty much anything on here. Super cheap. It's under $30 or around $30, I think. So definitely won't break the bank, and you'll be all set for a tripod. If you want to do some vlog style videos, or you want to just use a table and put this on a table, you'll be all set to keep your camera stable. Hey, that rhymed. Haha. Another option is a Sunpack tripod, which is around $21 or so. And this is another awesome option. I've heard great things about Sunpack as well for something really cheap. Something that will hold the camera up and just get the job done. You can definitely get some good stability with the camera like the ones I offered in the beginning of this video. And if you're going to be using your smartphone, you'll need an adapter for these tripods. So if you want to use a smartphone tripod, you can actually get one from Manfrotto, and this is actually a smartphone tripod, so it has a smartphone adapter which you can take off, or you can even use the tripod included, which is high quality because it's from Manfrotto. It's just a tabletop tripod. Seems pretty cool for the price. It's around $30 or so, I think I read. But I've heard really great things about this as well, and I've actually want to test one out myself, so maybe we'll see a video about that in the future on our channel. But another awesome option for a tripod, and if you actually ended up getting a full-size tripod like the ones like the Dolico one or the $10 one or the Sunpack one, you can take the smartphone adapter off of the Manfrotto one and put it on there, and you can have like a tripod like the one I'm using right now. For lighting options, we have two lighting options. One is for around $30 and the other one's for around $70, so it really depends on what your budget is. But either way, depending on what you chose in the first couple of options, then you might be able to make the $70 one work if you chose a smartphone or the webcam or whatever. But if you want to stretch your budget a little bit, these are great options here for you. We have an LED panel from Neever, and LED panels are really cool. You can put them on different things. You can put them on a table, you can put it on a tripod, you can put it on a lighting stand like the ones I'm using with my Limo Studio lights, which is actually another option on this list, which is for around $70. These are softbox lighting kit, and it's really cool. If you want to get some decent lighting like the one I'm using right now, then definitely check out the Limo Studio lights. But the Neever light will be awesome if you just want to use it during the day, or maybe like it's a little dark outside, but you can have like your lights on in your room or whatever, and then you can put the light up and you can kind of brighten up your face a little bit. But right now with the Limo Studio lights that I'm using, for $70 I have all the lights off in this room, and it's offering a pretty awesome light, even lights. So these are an awesome option as well. So the last two categories we have is audio and storage, and each category only has one option in it. But if you are using a smartphone for your main camera, this is an awesome lavalier mic for you to check out. It is from Audio-Technica. It is a smartphone lavalier mic from Audio-Technica for around $30, a little under $30 I believe. But this is an awesome lavalier mic, because what you can do with it is you can be recording on your smartphone, and you can plug the Audio-Technica lavalier mic into your smartphone and capture audio and make the smartphone audio sound a lot better. So if you're going completely smartphone, then you can have a smartphone tripod. You can have like a lighting like the LED that I mentioned in the last option, and then you can have this lavalier, and then you can put all this stuff on a table, and you can kind of just record like different whatever you want to record, and you can get some really cool audio from this, and it's an awesome option. But also, actually, if you went with, say, the other option where you chose a dedicated camera like the ones that I mentioned in the first option of this video, then if you went with the dedicated camera, what you can actually do is you can use the dedicated camera, and then you can use this as kind of like a lavalier mic, and a wireless lavalier mic at that, actually. So what you can do is you can use it as a wireless lav, because what you can do is you can clap and then you can link it up in post-production on your computer. So pretty cool, works both ways. Both ways will work well for both options. Finally, we have storage. In storage, we just have a Lexar 16GB SD card. So if you're interested in storage and you don't have an SD card and you need one, this one's an awesome option. It's around $10, but if you need more storage, Lexar offers 32GB, 64GB, 128GB, or 256GB. So depending on what you're looking for, there's more options there, and there's other companies out there that make SD cards, but this is an awesome one, and I actually use a Lexar in the camera that I'm using right now. But that's pretty much it. So that's going to wrap up our video. All the products that I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description below. If you like this video, definitely let me know down in the comments down below. Like it as well. If you want to see more videos like this, drop me a price point that you want me to cover for a YouTube setup, and I'll be happy to cover it in another video. But that's all for me. Let me know if you picked up any of the products mentioned in this video, and I'll see you guys next time. By the way, hit the subscribe button as well, and I'll see you guys. Peace.